Hello! It's the GNL React Crew. We are doing a movie review. Gilly, what movie are we reviewing?
We're reviewing Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Yeah, so we all watched it, and we all have thoughts, especially about the ending. But of course, that's spoilers there, so that's a big warning. We actually said a warning at the beginning of the review. We started talking about, yeah, big spoilers. We're going to be talking about. So if you haven't watched Transformers, go watch it and then come back and come back to this video and you can hear our thoughts on the movie. Hoagie, what's your thoughts? What's your initial thoughts on the movie?
I guess I was really excited at first because growing up in the 90s, Beast Wars was one of my favorite shows growing up. So I had to see it. But we're gonna talk more about the movie, but altogether I really enjoyed this movie a lot. I'm not sure a lot of people think the same way, but I really do enjoy the whole movie, the action scenes. I'm a big fan of Anthony Ramos, the actor. He's from Hamilton, so anyone from Hamilton, I'm a big fan
I
of.
was about to say.
Also just gave me like 90s feels too, with like Brooklyn and Biggie. All the soundtrack was
The
amazing.
music was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, so I liked it.
Gilly?
Yeah, I really want to see it because they actually brought in Unicron. You know, that's kind of the end game kind of for Transformers, I think. And seeing just like all the new Transformers in the movie is just pretty cool too. And also the villain was pretty like in the beginning part. He was pretty like
Surge?
he was pretty like he was pretty cool at the beginning too.
Yeah.
He was collecting the badges, or
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, kind of savage, yo.
I have mixed feelings about this movie. Because
Talk about it.
I did grow up with Transformers, the OG one, and a little bit of Beast Wars, but the movie, it's like sacred ground to a lot of Transformers guys. So like when I saw Unicron and how it was rendered, I was like, oh, okay, damn, right? I guess there was a little bit of sort of the expectations came in, and like it was nice to it was cool to have Scourge, but it was kind of like I kind of want a Galvatron, and also with the Beast Wars was kind of like tie in there. I was kind of like, well, you kind of want a Megatron. But I know they didn't want to get people mixed up with Dinobots, right? Because Megatron was a T-Rex, right? So
Yeah.
In the cartoon. So again, mixed feelings. Soundtrack was great. I was just like, damn. I was like, I haven't heard some of these songs in a long time, right? And there's a little bit of the action sequence was definitely, I don't know, the movies felt better. The previous movies felt better as far as action sequences. Although the end one was like not too bad. And yeah, so I don't know. I just had really mixed feelings about it. Story
What didn't you like?
Like I said, I think it's just there was missing some like just characters that I would have liked. Like
They're still gonna be there,
right? Yeah, I know there's more movies. They left it open. Open. So it's not like they can't capitalize on it. But I don't know. I just like I said, I felt mixed feelings coming out of the movie because it wasn't as like the story wasn't too bad. It was not bad action flick, but I didn't feel anything like I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm coming out of Spider-Man, and story wise, it hit me more. But I'm not saying it was like hey, it's nice action flick, but nothing like that was amaze balls or anything like that to that extent. So, but you know, the RC was good to see. Ratchet was kind of an odd choice. Was it Ratchet? No, no. Was it Ratchet
Mirage?
or was it Ironhide? Van.
Which one are you talking about?
The
Which
van,
Transformer?
the van. Volkswagen van with the glasses.
Oh,
Ratchet or was that Ironhide? What do they call him? See,
uh,
this is why I was kind of disappointed by it was just an odd selection for him. Mirage was okay too, and I understand he couldn't be an IndyCar or Formula One car. Like you can't like you can't have that rolling around the streets. So the Porsche was, you know, was
did you
all
know he
right.
was voiced by Pete Davidson?
Yeah. I don't know. He was all right. Like I know some
He was
people.
good.
My friend was groaning beside me. He's like, "Oh, it's Pete Davidson." I was like, "Yeah, I don't know. I
Bro,
kind
Pete
of like it."
Davidson's been in a lot of movies lately.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
has his own TV show too.
I didn't mind his voice at all. So, but yeah, that was just my thoughts on that. How did you guys like the implementation of Unicron?
It was pretty good. I think it's just an introduction to him. This isn't like the
Yeah.
last time we'll see him.
Yeah.
I do think it will connect to. It's still part of the. This whole thing's still part of the Bayverse, right? It kind of
Yeah.
explains that post credit scene from the one before Bumblebee, where I think they're in the desert or something, and they see like parts of like a device or something. But you think it's Unicron, but it's actually I think from this movie that device that was supposed to bring him there. That's why
Are those movies linked together though?
I think so.
I don't
It
think
can't be a
so.
coincidence that there's no. It can't be a coincidence that they chose to have Bumblebee's voice box not to work in both both universes, right?
Yeah.
Like
Well,
why make it broken? And why is he like? Is he always the Camaro? I guess too.
so poking around the internet, they were saying because I needed a refresher. Bumblebee retconned a lot of stuff because technically Bumblebee was supposed to be like in World War II and stuff and everything. And so there was a lot of retconning going on. So I don't know how much is it connected to the previous movies from Bumblebee. But yeah, I guess if whatever that device is, then yeah, it could be something connected there. Because remember, they said Unicron was Earth.
I don't know.
That's
Yeah,
that's
I don't
what
know
the
if
previous movies said. That Unicron
yeah.
was Earth, right? Because they showed that one little thing sticking out. So
Yeah.
That could have been.
The last
That's what I was
movie.
talking about. That could have been the device that was bringing him there. So yeah.
See,
So
this is
maybe
where it becomes like I think
It's-
before this is the effect of the MCU. Before everyone's been very loose about stories, right? Like continuity. Now MCU with such a solid continuity. Again, MCU does have its issues with some retconning, but you know, in general, it's caused like other movies before it that had a little bit of continuity, like they were very loose with it. Now they got to be really tight with it. So I think the Bumblebee, starting with Bumblebee and this being connected, because he does, they do mention her, right? Haley
Yeah.
Stanfield's character. They said
Yeah.
Optimus said something about you and that girl, right, or something
Yeah.
like that.
Because Transformers 1, they came in from a comet already, right?
Yeah.
they were
Transformers
all
1.
on
So it
Earth.
doesn't,
Except for Optimus Prime. He re-landed.
re-landed.
He went somewhere and he came back.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think. I think if it's Bumblebee, then this movie. Then
Yeah.
I cut it off.
So you cut
from
off the previous movies?
Yeah.
the 5 movies. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think
this
they're
is a
gonna
brand
try to
new. Yeah.
Interesting.
I really like the whole beginning of the movie because like the start of everything with the key, and then
Oh,
it
the
kind of
world.
leads. Yeah, the key of the world's
The Maximals world, right?
the
Wherever
magic.
they're
Yeah,
from,
yeah.
right?
And then they had to find the keys, and they're all over the world. I like that, like the artifact, the Horus, wherever. I like that the whole idea of it, but it's Rise of the Beast. But I wish there was more beasts. Like what
Oh
Vaughn
yeah.
said, there's only Cheetor and Rhinox and Airazor, but like
Where's Rat
we've
Trap?
never, yeah, Rat Trap, yeah, all of them, but like Rhinox was there, didn't really hear from him. Cheetor was there, really who like really didn't get to know the beasts. I wish there was more. Of course, we want Megatron, but I don't think it would make sense to have Megatron here in this movie. Maybe in the
Just yet.
next movies for sure. But isn't it funny? I was thinking about this in the movie. The fighting scene towards the end reminded me of Two Towers of Lord of the Rings, Mordor. The battle.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was thinking that the whole time. Like, where's Legolas? Where's
and then there's like lava
where's
too.
everybody? Yeah.
There's fire coming out.
Where's Frodo, bro?
There was some reviews saying had Avengers vibe, and all that jazz, right? So any major epic last fight had that. But you know what? Now that you mentioned Lord of the Rings, I'm starting to think now. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
I was like thinking that the
So,
whole time. Where's Frodo? Go.
and then during that fight, speaking of that fight, how did you guys feel about the?
Power
You
Rangers.
know, initially I thought it was gonna be Headmasters. I was just like when Noah started getting the suit,
Yeah.
the exosuit, and I was like, oh my god, they actually did Headmasters. And then it's like, nope. I was like, oh, I was a little bit disappointed, but
They had it in that suit. That was in the cartoon, no?
no,
one?
oh no, in the movie. So Daniel, he had an exosuit that could transform, but it wasn't kind of like it wasn't. It didn't look like that, but yeah, they did have that. But my initial taking was that when he goes, when he was just like, here, Mirage was like, here, take. What did he say? He said like you take control or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my god, they're actually going to do Headmasters. Like, is he going to be like, he's actually going to control Mirage? But it was more of him just having a suit kind of thing going on. So I was that's why I was thought it was Headmasters. Like, if he just got a suit outside, then it would be like the movies, right? Like the Transformer cartoon movie. But so I'm like, that's my only thing. I think there should be a little bit more fan service. I think they would win over the crowd a bit more on that on some of these things. So, but yeah, it's open for more story. We'll see what happens with the Unicron.
I think they'll bring. Did they, Pokey? When you watched the previous 5, they never talked about Galvatron, did they?
No,
I don't think so.
oh no, did they?
No.
Was there a Galvatron? I
I don't
thought they
remember.
did.
I think they'll just bring Galvatron in because apparently Galvatron is like a better version of, what do you call it, Megatron. Like Galvatron like knows he was Megatron before.
Yeah,
Something like that. I've heard.
So in the Transformers movie cartoon, Unicron takes Megatron, who is about to die, and he basically made him better, right? But actually, that's one another aspect I did like about the movie is that they had that Unicron controlled Scourge, like he
Yeah.
had something on him. It was the same thing um with Galvatron when Unicron created Galvatron from Megatron, like he couldn't he he remember he was Megatron, but he also was like he had the Megatron like that no one can controls me, right? Like,
Yeah.
but then he couldn't he could not resist Unicron's beckoning, right? Anything Unicron wanted him to do, he had to do it, right? So kind of the same. It would look like the same thing with Scourge on there. Um, but yeah, I'm almost thinking that's a storyline they should just do. It's like next one they introduce Megatron, and then
Or they continue
eventually
from the last time when they destroyed
Galvatron.
Megatron and they get his pieces back. Unicron.
Yeah, I would have
Yeah,
forget
you
those
never
last two
know.
movies.
Yeah, you never know.
Oh, I messaged Gilly. I watched the fifth one. I was like, this is so ass.
Wait, what do you call it? Was it the last night? It was the last night.
Yeah, I was like, this is so ass. Why am I watching this?
How do you break out again of he was mind controlled, no?
Yeah.
How do
Then
you
he
break
heard
out?
Bumblebee's voice.
Oh.
I never heard. It's been a while since I heard your voice, Bumblebee. He stepped out of it. My God.
Is it that whole Martha situation from Batman vs Superman?
Martha.
Martha. What did you say?
Oh, jeez.
I would forget that movie. I was like, damn.
All right, are you gonna talk about the big elephant in the room?
Oh, G.I. Joe.
Are we gonna talk about it? Okay, so
That was sick.
when you're watching the last scene, what were your thoughts? What were you like? You seeing? He's getting
We're
interviewed.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh.
To be honest, I was not expecting this at all.
I thought he was supposed to be a link from the previous movies. Like I was supposed to know.
Yeah, I thought he was like Sector 7 or something like that. And I was just like, oh, he looks familiar. And then when he opened the door, I was like, okay, this is Sector 7, right? But then he flipped the card, and I was just like,
Joe.
G.I. Joe.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
But it happened in the comics before. I think I used to have a
there
comic.
is precedence on it. Yeah. So there is precedence that there was a G.I. Joe Transformers official crossover. And this was the early on comics. They did have it. IDW did do another series of G.I. Joe and Transformers. But originally in the old school, like back in probably 1980s, there was a comic crossover. Then, so, and Transformers has a messed up canon, because the comic canon and the cartoon canon don't match up, and then in the comics there's an American Transformers canon, and then there's also a UK Transformers comic canon.
Oh shoot.
So it really gets messed up there. So, but it was all to sell toys. So
Yeah. Do you think I think this should have been a post-credit scene. I don't think they should put it as part of the main story.
Well, if you're Hasbro and you want to revive something, you're gonna put your eggs together and just be like, give what the people want, which is supposedly, I guess, G.I. Joe Transformers crossover.
Do you think they'll reboot G.I. Joe, or is it in the talks? Sorry, the reboot.
I have to, right?
I don't know. I think if there's anything to, in my opinion, if you're gonna reboot it, this is probably the way to reboot it. Is to do this crossover. Why not? Right? Transformers has kind of been, you haven't really hit a home run with Transformers coming back. Like, it's good, but executives are going to be like, we want like MCU like numbers, right, from their films. So if they want to do something big and they want to change it around with their movie licenses, then you might as well. Like I recently found out that E1, the production company, like you see in the beginning of the movie, E1 Entertainment One, that's actually owned by Hasbro. So yeah, so if they want to do this, you know, they don't like E1, the production company, doesn't need to pitch it to Hasbro because Hasbro would give the green light on it. So there's an interesting article on, I forgot where it was, but they were saying the director had the idea and he had to like pitch it to all the executives for this end scene. They actually filmed the end scene after the movie was completed. The initial production was completed, and they were doing follow-up shots, and then they actually were they filmed it after. They were saying that the card, they filmed two scenes, one where it was actually Sector 7, and then the other one was where they flipped the card and it's G.I. Joe. And it was so funny because after the scene was done, the director immediately grabbed the card and kept it so that there would be no leaks about it.
Oh,
That's crazy.
On set. Yeah. So
I have this sort of, I have this sense of excitement now for Transformers though. Like after Bumblebee, I think Bumblebee was a good movie, and I like this. I enjoyed this a lot. I'm like super excited for the next Transformers now. I just want to forget about 5.
Yeah.
oh,
I did like, and that's the thing. I did like the look of like Optimus going back to the, his roots of his look, and but yeah, Bumblebee was a good correcting course for the franchise. This one was a little bit, I still enjoy it. Again, I just have mixed feelings, and it's a little bit probably me being too close to the cartoon, I guess. That's just, for me, it was just kind of like, but I still like the movie. It wasn't like I said, didn't like blow me away or anything like that per se.
Yeah, I'm like the same way. Like before, like when we reviewed the trailer, I was like, Megatron has to be here. That T-Rex was my favorite toy ever. Like that character was my favorite. So
Yeah.
even though he wasn't there, like I still enjoyed everything. I like the whole history with the Maximals and
yeah.
humans in the beginning. So that was cool that they had a relationship back in the day, and after hundreds of years, they're still together. They have that relationship, which is cool. And I hope, I don't know, Megatron's the next one. And to give more character to like Cheetor and Rhinox, because like they just didn't really
showed them, right?
Yeah, and they look badass. Like Rhinox is cool, man.
Oh, here's one thing, and when I was poking around the internet, that was kind of controversial for some people. How do you feel about them dying? The bots dying.
Which one?
No, just general, like any of the Transformers dying. Because there was a couple Transformers that were killed in this.
Oh yeah. Are you talking like was the name of the yeah.
Air Razor was one, and there was another one. I thought Optimus killed another one. I gotta remember the film. It's a couple days ago, but yeah, like it was funny because it was very controversial in the Transformers movie when a lot of Autobots died. And they were like favorites, like Ironhide. All of a sudden, he just died in like the first movie.
Oh shoot!
So, but
I was sad about Air Razor. I was sad about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was just like,
it had to be done. It had to be done.
Yeah, it was crazy how she just turned that thing, like that rust thing, transformed her to like evil.
Yeah.
It's kind of OP. Like, why if he shot Optimus Prime with
everyone, right?
Yeah, why he just shot everyone with that? You guys just won the whole thing. Doesn't even need to be like stuck on you. Once it like attaches, you're done.
Yeah.
Man, little spit like that. You spit at her. It's crazy.
But you know what's
Oh.
also like kind of like shows you how old Optimus Prime is when Optimus Primal says like
We looked up to you.
he was named after him, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Wait, what was
He
the
was like his
story on
basic.
that one? Because they
he's-
went back in time, right? Because initially in Beast Wars, Poe, correct me if I'm wrong, they basically what happened was they went into some time hole or something or wormhole or something, right? So they were the future, but they went back into the past somehow, right? And that's why they had to take the animal form, right? From Beast Wars, from what I believe.
I don't
I
know
think-
about this timeline
because remember what he said, he was like he was Primal say it was like, oh, like we're your future and your past.
Oh.
So I guess that gets to get more elaborated. But from what I remember, the Beast Wars was like that was the thing, was that they were the future, but they got sucked into the past. So I don't know. See, this is how complicated this Transformers canon is. It's like they need to kind of gotta clean it up a little bit, but you know, let's hope there's enough. Enough people watched it, enough money. The movie made enough money to make another film.
Yeah, I think this was the second highest rated Transformers movie of the many.
I'm guessing the first one was the top one.
Yeah, the first one was actually crazy for its time, you know.
Yeah, first time.
Yeah, I think it was wild.
I think the one thing I was amazed about was like they got them live. You know, it's like that was the biggest question. It's like, how's Bay going to transform these vehicles into robots, right? Like, how's that going to come about?
Do you prefer like the fights within, let's say, you know, the city, or do you prefer it where it's like out in the middle of nowhere?
I like it different, man. I like this one.
This
I
one?
like it in Mordor. I like it in Mordor.
And
Oh.
yeah, actually, you know what was good was the fight in Bumblebee, right? They were in Cybertron. That was the fight, right? In the beginning of Bumblebee.
The beginning, yeah.
The Cybertron. I think there's got to be more Cybertron stuff. That would be awesome to see.
So yeah, there's been talks about how there's gonna be just, I think, one movie
Pretty cool.
that's just based on Cybertron.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I want more Maximal. I want more of that. Give me that. I don't want anything else. I want Beast Wars. Give me that.
That's kind of cool, though. We have 3 generations here. I watched the OG ones. That was kind of my favorite. Pogi's got the Beast Wars, and Gilly got the movies, right?
No, I watched Transformers Armada.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh,
my favorite part with those was the mini cons. They had to collect these mini cons, and they create like a super weapon. There's like a sword and a gun. And I remember as a kid, like it would be cool if you had like to collect those mini cons. Maybe they'll bring those in. I hope they do. That would be cool. You know,
I actually have the comics
of Armada.
Yeah.
You know, how accurate are they to the show?
It was more. It's more kid. the
show. Yeah.
It's more kid. So it was less. It was less seriousness in the storylines.
I hope they bring like. Is it like, you know, in the like last few episodes? Spoilers for who haven't watched Armada, but like you know, that Optimus Prime form where he's like super
Omega
built.
Supreme,
Supreme Prime or something.
Supreme Prime, yeah. See, this is where I think there's so much canon that these writers don't know where to draw from, right? And I think, no offense to some of these writers, like they kind of maybe have to get someone to really kind of pick a a universe in the Transformers and just go from there, right? And then pick as a baseline, and then pick and choose from there. And like some people want Omega Supreme back, right? They want to see a Metroplex, right? Like where's the like they did have like Devastator in one, in the second one. Was it third one or second one that they had Devastator? I forgot. They had one of the combiners. One of the movies had the combiners. Was it the second one? I think it was the second one, right?
I can't remember.
Second or thing, but like even more combiners, right? And that's essentially, that would be cool, right? Because that's what the mini bots in Armada are like. It's like the combiners, right? The Mega Prime, whatever, Optimus Prime, right? So that would be kind of cool to see, kind of see that stuff,
like a fusion.
Yeah. So
I think there's other also Transformers I can't remember where they had like these energy keys. These I don't know, I forgot, but like they get power if you like they combine with the key. I forgot what it was.
Yeah,
but I think that was after.
See, that's the crazy thing about it, man. You know, and even the Japanese Japanese anime, that they went even further down the line of more stuff too. Like there was one where it was all trains.
Oh,
Optimus was a train. It was one of the bullet trains. So crazy stuff. So, but final thoughts, Pogi.
What if Gilly talked about this before? If Power Rangers was a crossover too.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
It can happen.
Good.
Hasbro owns the brand.
See?
He owns the franchise.
It's
So
leading
that
up,
could happen also.
I was telling Pogi, it's like, yo, we needed like a Megazord versus Transformers like fight, yo.
Dragon Zord combined with Optimus Prime.
And imagine if G.I. Joe was in the mix too there.
Oh shit.
I need to watch G.I. Joe. I didn't really watch G.I. Joe growing up.
You know, this is kind of like a off topic thing, but you guys watched that latest Power Rangers movie?
Yes.
It
wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It was
they had a stacked actor lineup for that. It had so much potential. Oh my gosh, it's just gone, yo. It's just gone. You guys, stack. It was set for the Green Ranger too,
and the Yellow Ranger also. She died so young.
Oh wait, I didn't watch the Netflix one.
No. I'm talking about the movie.
The movie. Oh, the last movie. Oh, I didn't know the last movie.
Not the anniversary one.
Not the anniversary. Not the special.
Oh, I enjoyed that one though. It wasn't that bad.
Gilly,
your last thoughts on it?
I really liked it. You know, it had like comedy, action. It was balanced. Some of the Transformers movies that I watched, it was literally just explosions, like the whole thing. And most of the time, it was just like fireworks and stuff. But this one was like pretty good balance. I did like
pretty funny.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny.
Yeah,
the breathing.
Oh yeah,
that shit was funny.
What else was pretty cool? I did like, it was pretty sick when Optimus Primal went to like combat mode. That was pretty sick. Yeah.
Oh, when they told them to maximize.
Yeah.
That's sick.
It shows you how OP, like I guess the Autobots are, because there's like literally like thousands of like robots like coming from the sky, and they just eliminate all of them. With no,
the minions
with ease.
Yeah. Unicron scourges minions.
Yeah,
I do like Cheetor's combat though, because it kind of was like Beast Wars. Yeah, the gun and stuff, the tail. It was pretty cool. I respect that.
You're right. I didn't see enough Rhinox to actually give it like a good look at him. Like you saw him, but he
doesn't look like the one from Beast Wars, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But he had a cool ass hammer.
He did have a cool ass hammer. I enjoyed the movie too. Like again, it was an entertaining movie. But like I said, doesn't really blow me away or anything like that. But it, it,
Was
as far as
enjoyable.
the Transformer movie, definitely is up there. Bumblebee is still my top one as far as movie is concerned in the series. But I put this
Ooh.
around. It's probably my second one, actually, second or third, because the first one will always kind of be in the top three. But I Bumblebee is still, for me, gave me the most, like, as far as like feels on it. But that's just me. All right, out of 5 moons, Poe, what you give it,
I give it a 4.
Gilly?
I think 3.5.
Ooh.
Yeah, 3.5. 75%. Yeah. 3.5.
Even with me having an axe to grind with some of the things, I give it a 4. Also, I give it a 4 on that.
Wait, so Bond gave his little ranking. How about you, Gilly? Out of all the Transformers, where does it rank?
Okay, I can't remember all of them, but I can tell you I think my top 3
Top
would
3.
be
Yeah, top 3.
Transformers 1, 2. I think maybe Bumblebee. I'll tell you why number 2 is like really good.
No, why number 2? Why
As a
number
kid,
2?
as a kid, like, you're surprised that you see Optimus Prime just die, yo. Like you're like, oh my gosh, he's dead. And then I think the Fallen, like the villain, right? He's is he Megatron's like leader? I guess I forgot.
Megatron's
You
leader?
mean, was he the actual like the OG leader?
Yeah, I think he was an OG leader or something. Like he
think
was a higher
so.
rank.
Yeah,
than
he was
Megatron.
even. Yeah.
Because I remember like Megatron's like decaying a little bit, right? He was decaying
Yeah.
in that movie because
He was saying, "I sent you." Isn't it like he was like, "I sent you down here to get whatever, and you didn't, so I had to do like the job myself or something like that."
something like that.
Stuff
And then
yeah,
the closest thing we saw to like an ultimate Optimus Prime was that ending, when he got all those attachments and he started like
go nuts.
he got like
The last one?
oh yeah, he combined with that other ancient number 2 in the ending. He combined with I think an older Transformer, and he got like rockets, like, and he started like
That's number
got
2?
buff. Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Well, he's like,
because he died and he came back and he got like attachments.
"Oh man, we're gonna get comments."
I can't. I think that was 2.
The only legendary ones I remember is the 4th one.
Because in
with
number
the-
2 they went to like a
The
museum or
dragon,
something.
the T-Rex looking thing.
Where they went to a
That's like-
museum in number 2, like I think like an old museum or something. I can't remember.
That's
Like,
Grimlock.
and then in number 2,
No.
in number 2, I think they went to this like place, and then there was like an old Transformer in the museum or something. And then I think I think he was a Decepticon, but he
Yeah.
turned good. I
Yeah, he
think that's
turned
what
good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
This is Tower.
he was
Oh,
the
I did
SR7.
that.
He was the SR71. He was the
Yeah.
SR71
Yeah.
guy, right? He was
Yeah.
the plane guy.
See,
right?
Yeah.
the word
Yeah.
legendary just threw me off.
Yeah, he's like ancient thing, and then he helped Optimus, and there was that weird little robot that was like always with Megan Fox.
Oh,
Remember that little-
yeah, the spark. Yeah.
I like that little guy. It was funny. They went to one of the 7 wonders. Fudge,
Egypt?
that big place. Not in Egypt, in fuck, I forgot. Forget it.
Wait, there was actually something funny. I think in remember the last movie you watched, Boogie, the one the last night, where I think Optimus Prime just flies away.
What happens? Because I was like, why am I watching that? Was so
I don't know if I can't remember. It's been years. But I remember someone just mentioned like, he can fly this whole time, and he just
he leaves and he comes like yeah.
You just see like Optimus Prime's like he has to go somewhere. He just flies down. It's like, what? He can fly this whole time. He just hit that the whole time. crazy.
Oh, they went to Petra, by the way. Petra. They went to Petra.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's that little in that ravine or whatever it is. There's that building.
Yeah.
You've been there, right? You've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, I still remember watching the first one, and I remember how much I enjoyed it. And I think Transformers 1 is probably my favorite Transformers.
How about 2
And Megan Fox was really hot. She was at that time my crush. Second one, I don't know. I think this one was. I love Bumblebee, but I think this one's close to home with
Mhm.
like Beast Wars. So this is number 2, and then Bumblebee.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Who's the villain for Bumblebee? Is it Shockwave?
Was it?
What was he trying to
Shockwave?
do? I forgot. I just recently watched this too.
I always feel like John Cena was the villain, but I know.
He turned good. He turned good.
Yeah. What was? Oh, okay. I looked up Shatter
Oh,
alongside Dropkick. Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. So, and it was. What was it they said? And maybe it was Shockwave. I think in Cybertron. In that scene. So. Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, too many cannons, man. That's the Transformers problem. Too many cannons. But it's also probably one of its greatest strengths and why it lasts over the years. They had to reinvent itself.
Not gonna lie, I wouldn't have watched it unless it was Beast Wars. Like I wouldn't have watched it if it wasn't Beast
Yeah.
Wars. Kind
Oh,
of.
Have you
okay.
watched the Transformers cartoon movie?
The
Long
Cybertron
time
thing?
ago?
Probably, but don't remember.
Long time ago. Okay.
The one in the
Really, have you
80s
ever
or
watched
90s?
the 80s? Yeah, the movie.
Yeah,
The
I've
movie,
seen it
the
a couple
Transformers
times. As a kid, they always put that on
Yeah.
on the TV for some reason. I was like, oh my gosh,
But-
here it goes again.
Yeah, but see, they kind of I don't know if they edited it there, but you have to watch it. So, because when Optimus died, I was like, I've seen this story before.
Yeah.
I thought he always tries to die, or he dies then comes back. I think that happens way too much in every single movie.
Yeah,
It's like Goku, you know?
he was only done it once in the cartoon. But
Like Optimus, you don't stop it. Stop. Just stop. Relax.
Yeah. I go Optimus keeps getting revived and Megatron just dies. Yeah. He's just
Dies,
like
yeah.
he's not coming back.
Bumblebee has his worst too. You know, he also has the worst as well.
that's
Very
true.
good to
Bumblebee has
die.
died a couple times.
Oh yeah.
He's been lost. He's
God.
died. Oh, jeez.
Oh, he's
Lost
dead
his-
again. Oh,
Oh
Give it
wait,
20
there's a way to
minutes.
solve this.
And now everyone's just waiting for them to say, "Oh, I wonder when he's gonna die in this movie."
he's not really dead. See, like when he actually dies, like that's when it, that's when shit happens. I
No,
don't
people
know.
are gonna just say, "Oh, he'll be back for the next movie."
Some people were like, "Oh, it's like, what about Razorblade? Razor,
Nah.
what is her name? It's like, where's her justice? Why can't you
she's,
revive her?
no, she's dead.
She's
She's been alive for so long.
That's all.
She
Yeah.
was like alone for how many years, and she just found out that her friends was there the whole time all together.
I
Come on.
know.
You had all these years. Come on.
He could have flown. He could have flown south, migrated with all the other birds.
I'm just kidding. I like her. I like her. Just kidding. Don't hate
The
me.
voice actor of
She'll be
Optimus Prime is the same one as the
Yeah, it's
animated.
all of them.
Yeah.
It's all of them. What's his name? I forgot his name, but yeah, he's been able to stay Optimus the whole time. It'd be kind of, but he's getting up there in age, so
Peter Cullen.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's done a lot of voice work actually in the cartoons
Yeah.
aspect. But Cool. Well, yeah. So, well, hopefully there'll be another movie. Sounds like it. Hasbro has the money for it. Seems like it. So we'll see. The question will it be a Transformer movie or will it be a GI Joe Transformer movie? We will see.
Power Rangers
But,
first.
yeah, we'll get a Power Rangers movie first before that. Well, we'll see what happens. But if you like our reviews and also our reactions, we've been just loading them up for you guys. Hit that subscribe button to know when our next reaction or review or our video overall comes out on the Goodnight Legion channel. Also, if you like the review, hit that like button. Also, comment. Did you like the movie? Any gripes? Anything you like? Anything we got wrong? Inform us. Let us know in the comics there. But until next time, have a good night. See you
Peace.
later. Peace.